Boobity boop. Yeah, welcome to the Beast Unleashed. So Raven was ranting. Well, sort of. Raven was explaining. Ranting is the wrong word. Uh, and he was talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Now, as you guys are aware, because of when this is coming out, we actually are recording this quite literally like 2 hours before this is going to come out. So, this is raw, and I actually don't care how long this episode is. It could be a fucking hour. I don't give a fuck because we got a decent amount of shit to talk about. It, I guess let's just start from the beginning. Let's just start. Okay, so game of the year, Raven, go ahead. Game of the year was,
Baldur's Gate 3.
and a lot of people have been like, oh, okay, whatever. But as Raven was explaining, Raven, if you want to kind of, explain again, kind of a little more simplify. Simplify.
I'll simplify it. Yeah, it's Baldur's Gate 3 is a top-down RPG game that has co-op abilities or can be played single player. It's a Dungeons and Dragons like game, which means any path you take is creative and sometimes not even scripted. To make a game like that requires a lot of effort because either you lose what it means to be Dungeons and Dragons or you obtain what it means to be Dungeons and Dragons, which is an impossible feat. Baldur's Gate 3 kind of pushed the boundaries in how detailed and in-depth the world can be while maintaining what it means to be Dungeons and Dragons, but simplified for the average player. And it has high-quality cutscenes, and it's like, here's the best way to put it. It's literally the Skyrim you've been waiting to be released for, just in a top-down mode.
And the other thing too, that is really interesting about everything that I've seen is it's like one of the first times I feel like the game of the year wasn't like the most popular game this year. Like there was a lot of people playing it, but like the thing was is like you didn't really like I haven't really heard like the craze like everybody like how last year everybody knew Elden Ring was going to be like game of the year, or like God of War
Yeah.
was. And like the year before that, but this year I didn't really feel like there was like a clear winner, if that makes sense. Like I felt like any of those
Yeah.
games could have won the award, and I would have felt the exact same.
For me, I only knew it was going to win because if you do look at the popularity, the other games that it was up against, just this was like every single one of the contenders for nominee were like low in popularity. Just Baldur's Gate 3 had just a higher spike than the rest. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much.
And because of the craze when it first released, I hadn't seen that happen with any other game for the month that they released.
Now, there was a lot that happened at the Game Awards that I thought was pretty funny. Raven, what was your best moment at the Game Awards?
The new trailer for Black Myth Wukong.
I figured you were gonna get crazy about that. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's Raven. That's so Raven. Yeah.
It actually helped confirm that they're actually at least trying to give us a good game, because I remember when that very first 14-minute thing came out, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then you found out, oh, this isn't actually a game. They're just presenting this as we want to make this game, but we're only like 2 people in this company. And everybody's just sitting there in the comments going, where do I throw my money? Where do I throw my money? And then Sony decided to pick them up and be like, we'll fund it.
See, my biggest disappointment from the Game Awards,
oh boy, what is it?
Before anything, was the fact that there's a studio. I don't know if you know who this guy is, Jason Blundell. He was the creative director at Treyarch for the longest time. Treyarch, the people that made Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He was the creative director for Call of Duty Zombies for like a long time. And this guy, you want to talk about world building? This guy took a fucking Call of Duty Zombies game mode and made a fucking entire language and mythology about the game mode. So like, this guy is crazy. And he created a studio. He retired from gaming, so he's kind of just in the background of the studio. He doesn't really do much. Actually, I don't even know if he's really associated. But his studio was bought by Sony, and they've been working on this massive project. And there was rumors that it was going to come out this year, at all, like just an announcement, and it didn't, and I was kind of disappointed about that because this would have been the last thing of the year for them to release. But I'm sure they're gonna drop a trailer next year or something. And Sony, I feel like Sony never really wants to put their biggest projects, like they always want to release it themselves. Like the God of War thing, when I saw the Santa Monica Studios thing, I was like, wait a minute, there's no way they're doing anything. And I was like, yeah, it's a DLC, which by the way looks kind of cool. I might actually try it a little bit. It's like roguelike God of War, which could be cool. Where you just like there's like a story, but it's like roguelike, so the enemies are always different and the environment's different, and you just kind of going through it and kicking ass. So I think that could be cool. My biggest, my best moment of the there was a few good moments. Number one was Kojima just yapping for like 10 minutes. Those are always great. Kojima, like, bro, I still don't even understand what's the deal with Death Stranding 2, and what the hell OD is. And then they brought like, and then to make the Yap Sesh even crazier, they brought out Jordan Peele. They brought out
I
Jordan
know.
Peele even, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck, dude. Matthew McConaughey too was another good moment. I thought it was gonna be an interstellar game, which it kind of semi is, sort of. It's a space game,
Yeah, it sort of is. Yeah.
but I thought that was pretty cool that it's Matthew actually came out to the Game Awards. I was a little pissed that Idris Elba didn't come out at all. Like he didn't even like zoom in for like his award. He didn't get the award, but like for the category he was in, like he could have at least like like been on Zoom call for 5 minutes.
He's probably playing the DLC he's in.
Dude, that's kind of badass.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, this is gonna be a really harsh take. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
When Matthew McConaughey got on stage, I literally yelled, "Get the hell out!" Because look, video games are supposed to be for nerds and for like us dudes who just don't give a crap about the rest of you. Don't bring your little pretty boy Hollywood ass onto my stage. Get out.
Well, I feel like Matthew's a little bit of a it's kind of weird because the thing is McConaughey, his acting has sort of kind of dwindled in the past like 5 years. Like he started. I think his goal is he's ultimately trying to retire. And so
Yeah.
he's just trying to make money beforehand. Like he's been doing a lot of ads. I don't know if you saw the thing about the AI, like the generative AI image thing, where he was in the ad for like what's real and what's not real, and they kept like they kept distorting his face with the AI to make it look like it was like drawn by an AI. But
Hmm.
he's I feel like he's just at that point in his career. A lot of football players will do this where they're done, they're retired pretty much. And they just want some extra money to get help their children, have some money for the grandchildren too, so they don't have to worry about paying for college in like 30 years. That's kind of like the ultimate goal. And then they still want to keep their wealth that they have because heaven forbid. I feel like McConaughey is probably doing the same thing, which is whatever. Get your bag. I think it will be cool though because he has such an iconic voice. I think he could
Yeah.
be one of the guys. It's like it's like Mark Hamill. It's like he can be both. He can be an actor and he can be a voice actor. Because like he has such an iconic voice and he's so good at doing voices. Bale's pretty good at doing voices too. Bale's really good at doing accents in particular. Bale can do a lot of accents. He can do a British accent, he can do a Welsh accent, which is normal accent, and he can do a really good American accent. Um and he can do a bunch of accents. He's pretty good. Same with Margot Robbie, but I feel like Margot Robbie would be a horrible voice actor. She's so like on the nose about
Oh
everything.
God. Yeah.
Margot Robbie's so on the nose about everything she talks about. I actually have you ever heard her in like ever speak in her Australian accent?
Yeah. I have.
She does it in The Big Short, and it kind of surprised me because I've actually never heard her Australian accent really, because she's from Australia. But yeah, I that kind of threw me off because I'm so used to her playing her stupid Brooklyn characters. She's so good doing a Brooklyn accent for some reason. With like Harley Quinn and in fucking the stupid Wolf of Wall Street. But no, so my actual favorite all-time moment, I swear to God, was when they were announcing that game over on the side. not it was like after the Muppets thing. That was kind of funny. I always love the Muppets. They're always goofy. Um, dude, they always
Yeah.
do that every year, bro. They do that every year, and every single year I'm just like, yeah, this deserves to be here. But the guy on, well, I'm pretty sure the VGAs are streamed on television now too. Um, and on broadcast, this guy fucking that was announcing the game for it was this guy who did Payday. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who came up
Yeah.
for Payday, and he goes, "God, that suit looks so fucking delicious." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, on live broadcast, dude. On live broadcast, they've been pissing on people for barely cussing. This guy comes out with the whole f bomb, and Jeff's just sitting there laughing like, "Ah, you're never coming on stage ever
Yeah,
again."
I think I don't think they broadcast to live TV anymore.
What? That's lame. Dude, they had so many people on YouTube watching. Actually, funny enough, I wasn't watching Thursday Night Football last night. It's on Amazon Prime. Thursday Night Football is exclusively streaming, so that means that you cannot watch it unless you stream it on Amazon Prime, unless it's in your local area. But so apparently the announcers on the for the Thursday night football game were talking about the VGAs and how it was going. They said this big event was going on at the same time as the football game, some video game award thing. I saw the clip on it, and then the NFL posted about it. I was like, what the? But apparently their numbers were kind of were kind of shit last night because the VGAs were going on because it's all streaming. Also,
That's right.
to be fair, nobody wanted to watch that game. It was a bad game, but still. Yeah. No, dude, when I was watching, there was like 800 like 70,000 people at one point on the live stream, plus probably the other
Mhm.
300,000 people that watch on all the other channels and like
Twitch, and then they stream on Steam, and then they were even streaming on Twitter.
yeah, that, but then also like all the people that react to it, like X and Critical and all that watch it live and shit. I'm sure they probably had over 2 million people watching, I'm sure. Pretty close. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 million in that ballpark. People watching,
Mm-hmm.
which is fucking good, dude. I mean, the VGAs makes a lot of money. I'm
I
sure it does.
remember when it first started out, though. That was a god awful show. Nobody wanted to watch it.
Yeah, how the fuck did they get it to become so popular?
Because they had people, funny enough, they had people like Angry Joe who literally would message him on Twitter and posted a video. I think there even was a video Angry Joe uploaded where he was like roasting the entire, it was either the first or second year of it. And he's like, why the hell do you have an ad for Sunny D? Why do you have all these movie actors here that aren't even part of the games that they're in? Why are you advertising for like Blockbuster and Walmart at a games show? It's supposed to be about games. This fucking sucks. And like it was a full on rant. And a few other people did it too. And it was after that he actually brought those people and like got into like a conference call with them. And then afterwards, like the game awards after that started slowly improving to the point of where now it feels like just a welcome place for people to chill out and have fun.
Yeah, I always love the video game awards. Um, Also, I love the Easter egg of Timothy Chalamet coming in because he looks exactly like the guy from last year. I thought that was a good Easter egg that they threw in there.
What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment. Well, okay, so obviously my favorite moment was I said was the Payday one. I was kind of
Yeah.
joking. My favorite moment was definitely when Kojima was yapping and they just randomly brought out Jordan Peele. The thing is it's like you could just talk and talk and talk for like 10 minutes and I don't care. Um, but the moment you're like, oh, I'm about to be done yapping, and then you bring out another guy who's known for being just the most insanely crazy yapper, and you guys just like talk for like another 10 minutes. I'm just like, the game is called OD, but I have
Yeah.
no fucking idea. Like I saw like the trailer, and I'm still like, what the fuck am I
Yeah.
watching, dude? Where is Death Stranding 2? I thought there was a Death Stranding 2. I thought the game was literally called that, and now there's like it's got a whole nother game. I'm like, dude, Silent
Death
Hills.
Stranding 2 is still coming. They're just announcing that this is another one in the works that is starting to be made. They already hired 3 actors for it.
Yeah, but like the thing is about it's just like okay, I get that. I totally understand where he's trying to come from, but like Kojima is one fella, and I'm kind of nervous that if he's I hope this is like a very much side project until Death Stranding 2 comes out.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Because if that's the case too, then I probably would have liked there to be more like kind of notice that this game is still in early development because there was not a lot of mention of that. Everybody was just kind of under the impression that like this game could come out anytime in the next 3 years. So
Well, we'll just have to see.
we'll have to see. I did like that Christopher Judge came out,
Oh, dude, that surprised me.
dude, and then they did the God of War thing right like 5 minutes after that. And I'm like, you son of a bitches. He should have talked
That should
about
have been a foreshadow.
it. Honestly, yeah, dude. I'm sure he just loves to just he. I mean, I'm sure they probably thought it was funny that after he talked for like 7 minutes or 8 minutes straight when he won his award, dude, was he just high? I still don't understand why he talked for so long in that. What was the deal?
I don't know. He just wanted to talk.
He probably knew it was his last time he'd probably win a VGA. I don't know. I don't know what other projects he's associated with, but he's making hella bank off of God of War. I promise you.
Oh yeah, he's probably living good for the rest of his life.
I am curious, because Santa Monica Studios is not like they're. It's not like they're not working on something new. It's not like they're done. Like their studio's done. So I am curious what they're gonna do next. If they're gonna tackle a God of War, I wouldn't say trilogy, but like a God of War style game with Atreus or with Kratos, or what they're gonna do
God, I'm gonna be so bored.
with God of War.
Yeah, if we do Artreus and it doesn't have Kratos.
I mean, yeah, dude. Even I feel like here's the thing about Atreus is I feel like even at like max strength, he's so much weaker. I also don't like bow combat. Bow combat's not fun to me. I I like bow combat to a degree. I like when bows are strong. His bow is not strong. His bow is very weak. His damage with his bow, like when he like actually hits with it, is good, but like the actual arrows are trash. And the thing is I would like if they do decide to do another game. I feel like yeah, center it around Atreus, not like as a character, like a playable character, but maybe like oh, he's going to find answers and he's going to find himself and he's stuck, and then you know Kratos has got to whip out the chains, and after some long hard thoughts, he has to come back to save Atreus or something like that. Not necessarily needing to kill another pantheon, but throwing a couple gods killed from another pantheon, you got yourself a deal.
I want them to take the hugest risk ever.
Just put Christianity
Um,
in it, put God in it, and then
that'll
have.
probably come after Egypt.
Oh well, yeah, Egypt. I was meaning like, you know, put God as like a central figure, right? And he's talking about like, because okay, so if you line up the timeline right now, you're probably about very close to about 30 BC, right? Like you're very
Mm-hmm.
close to 80. So you could throw in like, like I need help, and it's like, all right, listen. Since my pantheon, my Christian mythology is not my pantheon of Christian. Well, he wouldn't call it Christian yet because they're not Christ isn't born. But my God, like my pantheon of gods, we're not um we're not what's it called? We're not kind of like war gods like you are. We're not we're not dangerous. We're not aggressive. And so maybe he needs a little help. And so he goes to the only god of war left on the planet to help. And then maybe we get some Roman gods killed, like I destroyed Greece, and he's like, yeah, but some new people decided to camp there, and then the Roman gods come out, and you got to go kill all the Roman gods. Like, dude.
I actually, here's the funny part though, because of that mask, that green one
Yeah.
in Ragnarok, it does say that there is creation itself behind that veil before it disappeared thanks to Atreus breaking the mask, and that's how Odin lost his eye, was because he looked through it, but he said there was something that looked back, and I'm like, if that's creation, what if going from each pantheon in search of that creator brings you back to the one true biblical God, and around the time of Jesus's birth, and that there's still somehow, because Odin is now in that. Oh wait, no, dude,
No,
he got smashed
he
in
got
that
smashed.
ball. Never.
Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking like you know, I wouldn't say him as necessarily like the ultimate like creator, right? I feel like they could coexist, just like how all of the mythologies already coexist in the world together. It could kind of coexist. But the thing is like, yeah, trying to find that true creator doesn't necessarily have to be the Christ God. Um, but
Jesus and Kratos teaming up to kill Moloch and the Romans.
see, I was thinking something like that. Like the Romans, the Roman gods know about about this kid being born, right? This kid, and and they have Atreus, right? And that's but see, like I wouldn't say spin it. Oh, my fucking monitor shut off. I saw my whole computer shut off. I wouldn't say spin it to make like in any bad light, because the thing is when you're working with religions that are still worshipped, you gotta be careful, because you don't want to a piss off the wrong people, and b, you also don't want to be disrespectful regardless of it. um so the thing is too is make it in a light that makes sense, right? So like, hey, they got your kid, they could kill my kid, we need to take these motherfuckers down. But maybe there's something more to it. Like maybe he wants the Roman gods gone for a different reason. Like not just because they're gonna threaten his kid in Atreus, but maybe because there's some other reason. And maybe that's been the whole point, is maybe he's trying to get rid of all the other pantheons so that there's only, a few gods left. And so Kratos kind of goes on this killing spree unwillingly. Well, not unwillingly, but unknowingly, for like a bigger ultimate cause. Kills the Romans, something like that. Um, and then the Egyptians hear about it, and they're like, "We're gonna start a war." And so then you kind of have like this ultimate like fucking being war, where it's just like gods on pantheons, and like ultimately it comes down to like a big ass like pantheon battle. That could be fucking sick.
That could be really fucking sick.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, I think this is too much to talk about for the Beast Unleashed, but I think it's a cool idea. We could make
Yeah.
a whole episode writing a whole script and send it to Santa Monica.
So what else do we got to talk about then?
So, A24, all a cool new thing. A cool new thing just popped. What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in.
What?
A24 is officially all on Max now. All their movies will stream exclusively on Max, and also A24 will now have shorter theater spans. Well, I shouldn't say that. Shorter time between theater to streaming. So they will still be in the theater for the same amount of time, like Dream Scenario. But they acknowledge that a lot of people weren't able to watch movies like Dream Scenario and stuff like that. So their counteroffer was that they'll come to Max earlier than they normally would to their other platforms that were all over. I think it was Paramount was the other one that they were big on. So now if you want to watch, there will be like an entire tab of A24 movies. That will be basically, I think they say it's like 3 weeks after it's in theaters, like a 3 weeks life cycle, and it's on Max.
Damn, that's pretty nice.
So you could, so on Max right now, on HBO Max, aka Max, you can watch all of A24's current projects that they've released, except for Dream Scenario and Priscilla, which is like the wife to Elvis. I
Oh,
think
I didn't even know that they made that.
yeah, they made that. I watched the Elvis movie. I thought the Elvis movie was pretty good. But it's kind of like the story of like how it was living with like how it was living like as Elvis's wife, because the Elvis movie portrayed Elvis as a really good guy, which he wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but he also was not a good father and or husband. So it kind of shows that light of like like the struggles that they went through as a couple to keep their children, and how like they were constantly secretly meeting up in cars at airports, because he didn't want people to know that like what was going on, because it would kind of wouldn't necessarily tarnish his image, but sort of stuff like that. That's big. I thought that's kind of cool because here's the thing is I don't necessarily the thing is about I get they want the movies to be in theaters as long as possible because it's one of the only ways that they make money. But the other thing is too is I feel like after like they wait too long to put it onto streaming. Like the thing is about streaming is yes, streaming is horrible for revenue and horrible for a lot of consumers, but at the same time, it's one of the only ways that a lot of these movies are accessible legally. So if you have no way of doing it, it's one of the best way to circumvent piracy is to make it easy to obtain. You know, that I think we've talked about that before, but like if you like try to hide your movies away, like Metallica, if you tried to hide your music away behind a bunch of royalties and fees and stuff like that, people are just gonna do it more. They're gonna be more likely to pirate and steal your music.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I think it's more so of an anti-piracy too, but also I own Max. I have a Max subscription, so it's kind of nice that I was worried about where Dream Scenario was going to be when it gets released on the streaming. I know where it's going to be now. Also, this is like a really long deal. This is like a 5-year deal, which for streaming is not usually other like I can only think of a few times that shows got streamed for a long time. Netflix had like a 10-year contract on The Office. Um the other one that I can think of was fuck. I don't even remember. Hulu with Family Guy. They had like a 10-year contract with Family Guy. Just technically Family Guy's contract like exclusivity deal for Hulu is done after like this month. So Family Guy could possibly like dude, I remember watching Family Guy on Hulu like in like 2012. So like it's like crazy to me that like it could possibly be not on there anymore. A lot of Cartoon Network shows have exclusivity deals with HBO Max, and have for a decent amount of time, couple of years, I think. I'm trying to think of other stuff, but yeah, it's not very like 5 to 10 years is very long. Like a lot of times, like it's like 2 years. Like they get 2-year lifespans, you know. But 5 years for a whole studio's like production studios movies. There's a lot of A24 movies, dude.
Oh yeah, and
So
they're amazing.
yeah, and they are good. So I think it will get a lot of people. I saw a lot of people were actually excited. Like, good, it's on a good streaming service. It's not on like Netflix or something like that. That's fucking annoying to use. Netflix has become more of a burden. I feel like I don't know. You don't use a lot of streaming services, but for me, like I don't own Netflix because Netflix is such a burden. Oh, if anybody else is not on your IP address, they have to pay. You have to pay $7.99 a month. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just let me fucking just dude, say 6 people to an account. There you go. Boom. So what? I'm paying 15, 16, 17, $18 a month. Jesus.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
else.
thought movies were about enjoying.
Yeah. And the other thing too is it's like how the hell are you going to be so mean about it and so like we're going to crack down, can't we're going to permanently cancel your membership and never let your account be used again if like you try to do this shit. And it's like, what the dude, you guys like it's just making so many people like want to quit using their platform. My grandma doesn't even own Netflix anymore, I don't think. My aunt canceled hers. She canceled hers actually. My aunt, she like she's retired, so she always just kind of like, she has money to spend, so she just spends it on like, like streaming services cuz she loves movies and TV shows. So like she wants to watch, a movie, she watches a movie on the 30 streaming services she has. She canceled Netflix like 2 years ago. She was like, this is disgusting. Like I can't stand using Netflix. Like there's nothing on here that I want to watch, and the very minimal shows I do want to watch, it's not worth the hassle. Especially when they keep raising the price like every 3 months. It's so dumb. But I mean, yeah, you don't use it that much, but I figured it would be kind of something to talk about because it's like it's just making what it's making people do is it's going against the one thing that everybody hates to talk about, piracy. When you make stuff hard to use, people are just gonna pirate it. Like Adobe, well,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I don't know if you ever saw that thing from Adobe. I think it was like a year ago. Adobe was like, yeah, we know like 60% of the people like probably pirate our stuff, but we just don't care. Like they do not crack down on it unless it's very blatantly obvious or being resold. Because they're like, at the end of the day, dude, like we know people are gonna buy our stuff, and the people who do buy our stuff give us hella money, so we can live without like general users just pirating our service. Like Photoshop. Like, dude, if I pirate Photoshop 2021, you know, what are they
Mm-hmm.
what are they gonna be like? What the fuck? What are you doing? Stop that! Like, no, who gives a fuck? What
Who gives a hell?
like, what are you gonna miss out on $100? Shit, sorry.
Yeah, that's why I don't have any guilt doing so.
Okay, there's some things I do not have guilt pirating. Movies is kind of I do feel kind of guilty pirating movies because I know a lot of times it's not that it hurts the director, but the thing is, no, I shouldn't say director, but the team that worked on it. But a lot of if I'm not paying to get the movie, which is why I kind of don't like streaming services a lot because they don't pay good how they should. I love supporting like if I pirate a movie, like I want to watch it digitally, if I don't own a copy of the movie like physically, I feel so bad. Like because like I'm not supporting the people who made the movie really at all other than watching their project, and like I want to give those people money to continue like to keep their production alive, like so that's why I try to buy physical copies of movies when I can. Right now it's kind of hard because I'm in college, so you know like don't got a lot of money to spend on that stuff, but I do Prime deal days. Those are always the best. Get a lot of movies. Raven.
Yes.
There was a new critter found. Sand swimming golden mole feared extinction, rediscovered after 86 years. The last time the species was last seen was in 1937 in the dunes of South Africa, and apparently it wasn't even a confirmed sighting. It was just an alleged sighting. The jit is still alive. Raven, this mole has no eyes. I'll send you this picture. Uh, what do we think about this creature? I'll send it to you right now. Wrong direct message. Raven scones. Raven scones. Why is it not popping up? Fucker. There we go. Alright, Raven. Tell me what you think of this little EP jit. Sending it to you. Did it send you?
No.
What? I get shit Wi-Fi in here, and I get shit fucking service in here. So it's like a lose-lose. Sometimes shit takes forever to send. Okay. Do this the hard way, I guess. Where's the creepy crawler? But yeah, no, this thing looks freaking seriously cool. Like the little bro. Where's he at? Where do these buddies be at when they say they do? Dude, I'm still like I've seen more stuff about GTA 6 coming out about how like apparently it was like the story was in reverse, like the trailer was just her life story in reverse or something like that. Oh. Sand mole. There you go.
Oh shit, there we go.
Look at this little fucker. Look
Dang.
at this little fucker, dude.
Dude, that last picture is majestic.
So it's the only one that they found too. So I looked into this, and it's kind of weird. They have no idea if these things like live underground, like in the sand, like under the sand, and if so, how they even like live under the sand because like sand is not like easy, like especially dune sand, like in like where they're at, like where it was found, is not easy to like burrow in, as in like what's it called? As in like to live in, like make space out of. Like it's not hard enough sand to like you could shape it to kind of make like little cubby holes and little pathways. This thing just actually swims through the sand. And they only found one of it, so they have no idea where the other ones are or how this thing is alive. Because they're probably, if they're like other moles or whatever, they probably don't live that long. So there's got to be like a colony of these little fuckers like somewhere.
Giga Chad Sand Digger.
Dude, it's crazy, bro. It's so cool. And like my girlfriend was like, "Why doesn't it have eyes?" I was like, "Dude, it'd get little sand pebbles in its EPIs, dude. You don't want it to have eyes." Dude, it's so adorable, dude. What the heck? Oh, no. What else? Oh yeah, my novel. So my copy of my novel is on the way. So I'm gonna look over it first because here's the thing. Yes, I know the actual novel is ready to be read, but that's not the issue that I'm worried about. The issue is like printing. So I'm doing a copy to make sure like printing is all correct before like we mass before it gets mass produced so it can be sold because that could be a problem if it's not checked over. Quality. I'm doing quality. I'm doing quality assurance right now.
But you should.
I mean, yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think my novel is going to be out by Christmas. Well, I think the novel will be out by Christmas, but by the time you buy it, there's no way it will get here by Christmas. So Raven, I wanted to do something for the Beast Unleashed. Before that we've never done before. Okay. So, the thing that I want to do is the meme of the week. So, I don't know how well this concept will go, but I got a meme here for a meme of the week. So, I picked a random meme that I thought was interesting, and maybe we can do like people suggested memes. So like people can submit memes. But I've been seeing all these holiday ones. So I figured instead of one meme of the week, why not do a couple memes of the week? So the first one I have here is kind of funny. I think you'll probably like it. So have you ever seen, okay, so here's the context. Have you ever seen that what's it called? That video of that woman in like pants and a shirt on the sidewalk and that guy's like playing the trombone or something like that? And she's like, "Your singing's trash. You're off beat. You're off cue." And like and like I gotta find the original. Hold on, we'll find the original quick. The original is kind of funny. Woman yells at guy playing trumpet. Yeah, so here we go. All right. Okay, I will do this. All right. And then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add a new source. Give me a sec. I'm going to add display capture. All right, boom. So check this out. So this is the original meme. Well, it's not a meme, but look at this. That's a woman, Raven. That's a woman.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
No.
Get out! Mediocre piece of shit! And I've earned my right to say it. Okay? I had 2,000 program in 1975. I walked Bob Dylan up on stage.
Whoa!
Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing.
So
And you will never.
here's the meme. Oh no, dude, it's not sent yet. Why is it not sending, bro? Why is it gotta be so fucking trash down here? Heaven forbid I just send a fucking thing. All right, it is very close to sending. But okay, so yeah, there we go. So here's the actual funny meme.
You're great. You're so talented. I love you practicing. You deserve a gig. You're glorious.
That's a good one.
You're everything that's right in this world.
You're everything that's right in this world. Oh my gosh. But no, no, I thought there's like all these like holiday versions of like these really horrible things that are happening. So like I've been seeing these all around. Like the of like people taking like memes and then like putting like a holiday spin on them. Hold on, this one's fucking hilarious. This one's fucking hilarious.
You're a me.
The unjolly cruelty of the Grinch when the indomitable Christmas spirit walks into the room. Oh man, these holiday ones are freaking hilarious. This one is just for you, Raven. I'm not gonna show this one, but I figured you'd like to see this one. Dude, is that a real tweet? Did Ninja actually tweet that?
Yes.
Really?
I saw that tweet when I was scrolling through trying to get everybody's reactions to the trailer because like there were people who were doing the funniest screen caps. All of a sudden I come across and I see Drama Alert say that and I'm like, nowhere has that ever been a leak.
Does Keemstar still run Drama Alert?
Yes and no. Like he doesn't, I don't know if he does videos anymore. I think he retired from doing videos.
Good.
But I think he still runs his runs his Drama Alert Twitter page. He's hired somebody else to do it.
Dude, I hate Keemstar, bro. Like I don't even think he's done anything in the past like 3 years, bro. But I remember when Keemstar was like before COVID, dude, that man ruined people like for no reason. Like he would just like, dude, do you remember Tobuscus, bro?
Yes.
That's so sad, dude. Like Tobuscus, this guy did nothing. I mean, well, okay, I shouldn't say he did nothing, but he, yeah, sure, he was drunk and he fucking screamed at his girlfriend. But Keemstar was like, oh, he sexually abused her and all this and this. And then do you remember the freaking iDubbbz controversy when iDubbbz did the freaking video on him and then Keemstar freaking blew up and he was all pissed and shit, and then it was like, this is on you guys. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing to be why am I getting hate? I deserve no hate. And it's like, bro, you run a drama channel. What do you mean you deserve no hate?
Yeah, if you're gonna run a drama channel, that's literally called Drama Alert. And you're there to report the news on things, you're gonna get hate because either you are actually reporting the facts about somebody who's a piece of crap and their entire fan base is going to come at you for calling them a piece of crap, rightfully so, or you're going to get the news wrong and you're going to screw up here and there as every news channel can do and might do as a reporter because you're going off of simply what you have, then you're still going to get hate for it. Your job is an endless swarm of hate. It's called learning to deal with it. There's not going to be there's going to be people who like you, but there's not going to be like a consensus going around the entire fucking world where it's like, oh yeah, Keemstar never made a mistake, 100% accurate. Like there's never going to be that. If you are a journalist or somebody who does the news, you are going to receive hate because either you did it right or you did it wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember when he also egged on FouseyTube, when FouseyTube was having his mental breakdown too.
Dude, FouseyTube deserved that though.
Yeah, FouseyTube was a dick.
Who?
Fousey who?
Exactly, Fousey who?
Dude, he tried to make a comeback where he did like he's been doing like these skits. I saw one on Instagram where he was like doing the Eminem Stan song and he was like driving really fast in his car and like everybody was laughing at him like, "Oh, ha ha, dude, this dude could actually like crash into somebody and kill them." And this is funny. I bro, Fuzi was way past his prime in 2016, let alone in fucking 2023, dude.
Hmm.
Do you remember the Mortal Kombat on an elevator prank?
Yes.
That was like 2013, dude. That was when Shane Dawson was one of the biggest YouTubers, bro. Like, think about it. You're past your prime, pal.
Way past your prime.
I think Shane Dawson just had so much money he retired. He's also.
He also likes jacking it off on his cat.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Did you know, I actually, and this is not my proudest moment, I've actually listened to his podcast, like his early podcast. I don't know if you ever knew about this, but he had a podcast. He had a vodcast. Before like podcasting was even cool. This was like in 2015, 2016. He had a vodcast. Yeah, it was 2015. He had like an actual vodcast where there was video and production being done with it. And him and his co-host, I remember they would get like they had like this really weird. Do you know what it was mimicking? It was
Hmm.
mimicking the Howard Stern show because there was the main guy Shane Dawson and he was sitting in his own little booth corner and then like the other co-host would sit in her own little high horse corner, you know, and
Hmm.
they would just talk about the stupidest shit. But I used to love it so much because I thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Like when they would talk about when they would do their conspiracy theories and they were like, um does chapstick actually make you gay? And it's like, what? I don't
Oh
know.
God.
Does chapstick make me gay?
There's a reason why I never used chapstick.
There is a very strong reason. Well, no, I do know the actual theory about chapstick. That's actually well, they say it. They say yeah, we know. Yeah, chapstick's good for your lips, but they also put really tiny like little microbes in it that are essentially like they just kind of cut your lips a little bit. So after if you stop using it, like if you use it a lot and you stop using it, it's like lotion where your skin will become worse without it. Your lips will become worse without it. But that goes for a lot of beauty products. Um, that's like the whole
But the,
joke of Patrick Bateman's beauty routine is that if he doesn't spend $15,000 a month on his beauty routine, his skin's gonna look worse than if he just didn't use anything at all.
see, that's why I didn't use chapstick. Is because if that's happening to your lips, what do you think's accidentally happening when you take a sip of water and that goes down your throat?
Stomach acid.
Goes into your stomach,
My stomach is just turning purple.
goes into your intestines and your lining. It's just like, bro, that's some chemical on my lips that might accidentally make it
Some
into my
chemical
body.
on
I
my
can't
lip.
do.
Uh,
Yeah.
some random chemical that isn't cum. What? Okay. No, dude.
You need to talk to your girlfriend about that.
I I am very excited that I am finally basically done with school for the semester. I get like a month and a half off. So Raven, I forgot to tell you, we have a couple options we can do. We have a couple options we can do for well, for the Beastcast in particular. So we have the option to continue running the Beastcast without posting it to Kilt for the next like month and a half after this week. So this week's Beastcast, this upcoming week's Beastcast is the last Beastcast. That would be on Kilt, and then for like a month up until like the Beastcast, like the last Beastcast of January, uh, Kilt doesn't run, so we don't run any. We wouldn't run any episodes on there, so we can either a take a break for like 2 weeks and do like no Beastcast and then come back like right during the beginning of January and middle of January, or we can just continue to do the Beastcast just without Kilt for like a month. Your choice.
Oh, we could take a 2 week break. That'll give us a lot of material to talk about when we come back.
I think the thing is, if we do next week and then we do the Beast Unleashed for that week, and then we skip the BS and we do 2 weeks off for Christmas, and then we come back after December 31st because that would be 2 weeks, right? Next week goes until the um Next week goes till like the 15th technically for the actual fiscal week, like where we would do Beastcast. The Beast Unleashed will be released on the 15th. So that would put us at like, yeah, that put us at like right before. I think if we come back after Aquaman 2, I think that's a good idea. Because Aquaman 2 is coming out right after Christmas, or is it before Christmas?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
Oh, well, Wonk is coming out next week. God, I don't know. I've heard so many mixed reviews about that movie. I heard it's like, yeah, it's a fun spin on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's world. And I've heard other people say this is like such a god awful movie, it shouldn't have been made. And then I've heard other people say like, you know, it was actually kind of fun because like they actually kind of they took a lot of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory aspects from like the 70s and kind of just made it like broadened it a little bit, and it was kind of fun to see it in like a modern light. But then at the same time I'm like, dude, that movie is so like, Roald Dahl hated that fucking movie, and he died like right after, or very close after that movie was made. Like he hated that movie because it was so like, they essentially just took the name of the characters and just said fuck it. Like, yeah, they go to a chocolate factory, but it, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the 2005 movie, is like very close to how the novel actually is, of how Roald Dahl probably would have wanted it. So I think like to go away from like how the actual source material should be is kind of crazy. Like you're reverting back to like being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like pissing on a dead man's grave, and he can't really do anything about it. Oh, yeah. Well, this was a good Beast Unleashed. Thank you guys for listening to the Yap Unleashed. We will be back next week with a Beastcast and then a Beast Unleashed, and then yeah, we'll be gone for like 2 weeks, as we were explaining. So when we come back, when you see us after next week, we're gonna probably talk about. I probably will go see Aquaman. I know, not my proudest moment, not my proudest nut, but Amber Turd's gonna be in the movie though, so
Supposedly.
when I see her on screen, should I just go yeah, just like scream at the top of my lungs in the movie theater?
Dude, if you okay, look, a lot of people record reactions in theaters, okay? If you give me video evidence of you screaming yeah, like you mean it, like you're at a football game when she's on screen, like just a whole yeah, Amber Heard, yeah, and you do that, you record your reaction in the theater live, I will give you $50.
No fucking way, no, dude.
100%. This is my. You can record this as solid contract proof. I'll give you $50.
Dude, oh my god. The funny part is I'm not gonna be at this theater. I'm gonna be at my home theater for that.
Well, hey, you know, it's not my $50. Hey, look,
$50 is $50, man. I don't know.
Exactly.
No, the other thing, I wish, this is my last thing I'm gonna fucking just quickly say. I wish movie theaters, not like with the permission of like the studio, like maybe for like a premiere night or something like that, record like the movie like how they used to do, like with like a camcorder film, just for audience reaction. So like when you look back at it in like 50 years when nobody cares, and like you see all these people, and like he goes, Luke, I'm your father, and everybody goes, and everybody's like, no way, you get to hear that in the theater. Like so many good moments of the theater are lost, and I feel like they should I feel like they should record some of those just for funsies, unlike opening nights, going to movie premieres and shit. All right, thank you guys for listening to The Beast Unleashed. We were unleashed. We are unleashing our full potential to do nothing. All right, thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week. Appreciate you guys. Go buy my book because it's not out yet, but go buy my book. Yeah, bye guys.
Bye.